How dare you? Stop being a bitch.
There we go. Oh yeah.
It's been so long.
Hey guys.
Who's that guy right there, huh?
Oh.
It is. Oh, he's back.
All right. Yes,
What's up,
sir.
Lemonheads? Welcome to episode 34, the Evening
Yes.
Juice with Lemon City Live, streaming on our Facebook page, our Twitter page, on the 5 Reasons Sports YouTube network page.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, we're joined by Gabriel Garcia, senior baseball writer for Lemon City Live. What's up, Gabe?
Yo, how's it hanging, bro?
There we go.
We're chilling. How's everybody's weekend?
Cool.
Good, bro. I'm actually excited to talk Marlins today. This is our Marlins focus today. So
We're going full fish today.
Look at that.
Full fish.
We got different Marlins hats and stuff, and then Achilles said Leclerc is a punk, which I agree. Been anywhere of Valencia jersey, but man.
He just had to break the streak, bro. We could have had 4 for 4 today. 4 for 4. Could have hit for the cycle.
I have a hat
and look
somewhere.
what he did.
If it's really hurting the the synchronicity of the show, I can look through my hats real quick. And
All right. If it's in arm reach.
The rule is that Edwin is our resident contrarian, but when he's on board, Achilles takes his place.
Yeah, you gotta.
There's always got to be one.
You got some big shoes there, bro. You know what I mean? So
not bigger than my shoes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Achilles' shoes are already big.
Anyway, man, thanks everybody for hanging out and joining us tonight. Like I said, it's the Marlins heavy episode. We are going to be talking a lot of Marlins. To good. At least I'd say the first half of the show here. We'll see how it goes. Did you guys hear that? I don't know if that's coming through on the speakers or not, but I'm getting some alerts in the background.
That's the sound of my lineup better than yours.
Oh, okay.
Shots fired already.
That sounds about right. Anyway, as you can see, we got Gabriel here, our senior baseball writer, Mr. the Lemon City Live, Mr. Marlin. Although I'm a bigger Marlins fan, but he is our little Marlins expert here. We got Marlins news today, but most importantly, we have Gabriel here because he wrote a really cool article for us, naming his all-time top 10, or not top 10. Sorry, I keep saying top 10. All-time Marlins lineup. He went position by position. He had some honorable mentions. He filled up the whole lineup card, and he gave us a 5-man rotation along with a closer. No, you didn't name a coach though. I was kind of disappointed. I'm gonna say Jack McKeon, but
I'm the coach.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Well, is anybody in that in his squad a coach now?
That's a good question. I don't think so. I don't think so. At least not on the pro level, but anyway, we're gonna be talking about it. We're gonna go and break it down, and then myself, I have my own list that I wanna, go back and forth with. And obviously, Dennis, our behind-the-scenes producer extraordinaire, who's also
time traveling Marlin. Don't forget
time traveling Marlin. What better insight than getting the time traveling Marlin to come on and tell us about who he enjoyed playing with the most and who he thinks is the best Marlins guy.
We can use him as the tiebreaker.
He was actually there, so he can be like, all right, I know.
Yeah.
Chuck Carr is my favorite teammate of all time.
Get out of here! Get out! Get him out of here, bro. I don't want him here. Get him out of here. There will be no Chuck Carr love on this show at all, bro. Zero Chuck Carr love, all right? Anyway, we're going to do that. But before we get started, and then we're also going to talk. There's basketball news going on. We're in the middle of the conference finals, so we got a little bit to talk about that as well. We'll wrap up the show with that. But most importantly, we got a giveaway this week. Gus, why don't you tell everybody what's going on?
Shout out, once again, shout out to Crafty Beer Market, giving our fans free beer every week. This week, we're going to go with a key lime pie beer.
Ooh.
It actually kind of sounds delicious. I'm all about
Miami, South Florida.
Very South Florida. It's key lime pie beer from Magnify Brewing Company. I've never had one of their beers, but yeah, the beer looks good. So be on the lookout for that. We'll post it later tonight. So you can go ahead and enter that competition and, tag all your friends, win some free beer. And if you do not win, you can always still purchase beer by just going to craftybeermarket.com. Look at the bottom right there and use promo code LemonCity10 for 10% off beer.
Your order. Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Awesome. So we got that going on. And little housekeeping. We'll be on Friday.
Yep.
We'll be back this Friday after taking last Friday off.
We did. We took last Friday off. That's right.
I'm throwing this out there. I won't be here for the Friday show, but I'm hoping that I can listen in and tune into maybe a little F1 report. I mean, plenty to talk about, but that's up to our F1 guy if he wants to, bless us with that. But I'm all for it. I'm just saying. Anyway, but let's dive right into it, man. First off, today Marlins got rid of Corey Dickerson and what's the other guy, Gabe?
The other guy they want to get rid of?
No. Who's the other guy they got rid of today with Corey Dickerson? What was the other Brimmer?
Oh, Simber,
that guy. All right,
Adam Simber.
So we traded two guys, and we actually are paying some money too to get rid of them, and in exchange for something called Joe Panic, which I don't know, man.
Utility infielder. So now we got two John Birdies on the team.
Bro, yeah, it's all we needed right now, bro.
We're just looking to get Adam Benintendi now. So we'll trade both, and then we'll manage.
I don't know, bro. On the surface, this to me just is bad optics all around. And we got a fringe prospect. That's right, Dennis. To me, this is just bad optics all around. Again, this is everybody going. Hey, look, they're instantly. Everybody who's not a Marlins fan, and the fringe.
The thing is, hold on. The flaw in this logic is you're saying people who aren't Marlins fans, those people don't give a flying fuck about anything the Marlins are doing. They didn't even know this trade happened. No one's like, oh, there go the Marlins again. Only Marlins fans like you are doing.
No. There's the Marlins fans, and there's also the fringe Marlins fans, the guys that casually tune in and this and that, and instantly when they see, oh, okay, we're selling because we got nothing that we know back in the deal. Okay, we got to. Dennis is ready. Luis Aquino is here, ladies and gentlemen, and he's ready to chime in. But first, let me say what I need to say here, which is the optics here. Again, most people, or a lot of people, I'll say a lot of people, are going, oh, same old Marlins. That's what I'm saying. Now, do I agree with the trade? Yeah, the trade makes sense. I get it. You know what I mean? But again, this is another year where now we're not playing well. It seems like we're waving the white flag here before the trade deadline, and we're committed to not competing again this season. So is this a rebuild year? Are we doing the rebuild thing again? Because they got rid
of Corey Dickerson?
Bro.
That wasn't even playing baseball, bro. What are you talking about? Yeah, but Corey Dickerson was the cornerstone of the Miami Marlins. It's our whole rebuild. We're blowing it up.
I gotta admit, these are just moving around pieces. These weren't big names, which
again
this has you angry. Wait till we get closer to the trade deadline, because I think this is just a harbinger of things to come.
Exactly, and this is what I'm saying. I'm not talking again. The trade makes sense to if you're into baseball and you know what's up. You understand that Dickerson hasn't done anything or hasn't been playing. I get it. But if you're the fringe guy, who's been chiming in, Corey Dickerson was the guy that we actually paid a little bit of money to, was a free agent signing, who we were sold was going to be good, and that we got him at a good bargain price.
He was doing well until he got hurt. You are blowing this out of proportion. Bro.
Yeah.
How am I blowing this out of proportion?
Fringe Marlins fans don't even know that Dickerson was playing for the Marlins.
Oh, come on.
Dude, come on. When you say Marlins fans, you need to put it in air quotes because it's just you who's super fired up and angry about this.
All right, if you're watching, please comment and tell us
if you know who Corey Dickerson was. Exactly.
Do you know who Corey Dickerson? Leave it simple. Do you know who Corey Dickerson won? Okay. What? Oh, he's a Marlins. Whatever. He doesn't. I don't count.
Yeah. He doesn't count because you know him. Get out of here.
I know him. I want to know, people here, if you know who Corey Dickerson was, just put it in the chat. That's all. That's all I'm saying. If you know who he was. But anyway, again, the trade, I get it. It makes sense. But I got to agree with Gabe. I think you're going to see more of this coming up. What is leading me to think?
Upset that they're getting rid of?
I'm not upset that they're getting rid of anybody. I'm just upset that we're getting rid of people again. It's like, here we go again. Like, we're never forever rebuilding.
There was like that stat I showed you that the Mariners have a winning record, but their run differential is negative like 47, and we have a losing record, and our run differential is a plus. It's not like a little change can make a big difference on this team. This is not a blow it up and, oh my God, here we go again. Bro, they're right there to being at least an average team.
Okay.
It's not like, oh no, oh God, Cordell, no, now we're going to lose Alfaro. Oh no.
Bro, I'm not shedding a tear for anybody who's gone. Like, even Mickey Rowe, who's like the heart and soul of the team here, and everybody.
Oh, this here goes again. This is another signal that we're what up, dude? This team is built on young guys, and they're all outperforming what they're supposed to do. There's a couple of good, pitchers, a couple of tweaks, and the team is good, dude.
Okay, but here's my argument to that, which is last season we made the playoffs, even though it was a shortened season or whatever. But at this point in the season, last season, we were a lot better, and we really didn't lose much in the off season, and yet here we are, where it feels like there was no progress.
You're losing a bunch of one-run games because everybody's hurt.
I don't know if it's everybody's hurt, because a few weeks ago we were crying that Mattingly didn't know what he was doing and that he was causing us the games. You know what I mean? Ooh. Now it's just
who was saying that?
Oh, come on, man!
I honestly,
I don't know who was saying that.
I never even heard that come out of Edwin's mouth. I never heard it come out of your mouth. Dude.
Nobody said fire Mattingly. Nobody's been clamoring for fire Mattingly at all.
Where? What part of Twitter do you live on?
There are people rumbling about Mattingly making the wrong moves and sending out.
Oh my God!
Why did it do so and so? But I haven't heard anybody yet say.
Who said it? Edwin to himself one day, like. Mattingly's blowing it.
Oh my God!
my thing with this team is flawed. This team is really flawed, and it's just typical baseball, not Marlins baseball. Mm-hmm. In July, if you're out of it, you get rid of anybody that's going to be a free agent. That's just common. We're talking about Corey Dickerson here. We're not talking about Christian Yelich, to go back to that. We're not talking about the 97 Marlins. We're not talking about the Carlos Delgado. Mm-hmm. We're talking about Corey Dickerson.
Exactly. Like, if they got rid of, for me, if they got rid of like Jesus Aguilar, who's like leading the MLB in the RBIs, then I'd be like, yo,
happen.
Well, that's the thing.
Probably gonna happen.
And I'm like looking at the tea leaves here, and it says, all right, we got rid of this guy. What's stopping us? We're gonna make the excuse that we're not competing. This is, again, we've done this. We've gone through this so many Julys where it's like, we're not competing. All right. Well, Aguilar, bye. Miggy Rowe, we got Jazz and we got Isan and we got some other infielders that we can play in there. Miggy Rowe, you're old. We appreciate it. He's gone. Duvall, thanks. You're like second in the league in RBIs, but you know what? You can go to, like, it's only a matter of time. Like, history has shown us that this is the path that we're going on. That's all I'm saying. Like, I see it.
Yeah, but we have to be honest about something. We've got a lot of talent that's waiting to come up in the farm system. Mm-hmm. And with guys like Dickerson and Duvall, they're in the way. Right. So they have to make the way for these guys. So that way we can get our JJ Blades, our Jesus in there, everybody. Like,
by the way,
you're not going to have the rookies come in while the veterans are still around.
Is the stadium open full capacity?
Right after 4th of July, the series against the Dodgers, when they come back, it's going to be full capacity.
What is it at right now?
I think it's like at 27%.
It'll probably stay the same.
You won't have more than like 8,000 people maximum. Like that.
It'll probably be. It was probably already full capacity, and people just weren't showing up, and now they're just saying, "Hey, we're open again," and they're trying to get more, but.
All right. But see, I kind of wanted to take my family that's in town. Shout out to my family. But I think if the Marlins make some moves that will get the fan base excited, and hopefully it'll get fans in the freaking stadium, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't see, like, that's not part of their history. They do it like once every decade or something like that.
Everyone's off the Jeter train again then.
Look, I'll just tell you this. I'll leave it at this. This will be my final thoughts on on today's things. I'm gonna be wait and see. We'll see what they do. Whether they get rid of Aguilar, Miggy Rowe, and these other guys.
Wait and see. Strong stance. Thank you.
Yeah, strong, very strong. But
guarantee you, he's gonna drop that in 2 weeks, especially if you keep losing.
But my issue is gonna be like, all right, before it was we don't have any prospects and we can't spend money. Then now we have prospects and all right, but now we're not gonna spend money. I gotta see some money spent here. You know what I mean? Because
They're
that's
never
the one
gonna
thing.
spend money. They're never gonna spend money.
But that's
Ever.
Here's the problem, though. That's a serious thing because you can't compete, continuing to be a feeder system for everybody else.
That's on you, bro. If you have the expectations that they're going to spend money, they're literally never going to spend money ever.
God, it's horrible,
I don't
bro.
understand what you think is the Marlins are ever going to be.
They're
going to be what they are now, which is a fringe good team, and that's it. And then you hope they can sneak into the playoffs, and then anything can happen in the playoffs. But if you think you're going to be out here spending money, that's on you again.
Well, that's the expectation that they've been selling you.
Me and us are expecting them to spend money. Come on.
Like, come on, bro. They got to at least spend something. They can't be like this, dude.
Never.
It's never going to work like that. Dennis, you look like you got something to say, Dennis.
We're not a big market team. We're never gonna go out and just throw cash around at everybody. That's what the whole farm system thing is about. And we're not the only ones. Look at the Astros. The Astros rebuilt through the whole farm system. Who have they really gone out and signed? I mean, yeah, they got Zach Greinke. That was in a trade. They haven't really signed who?
Verlander.
They got him in a trade.
Yeah, okay.
But they haven't really gone out and spent on a big-time free agent.
And that's fine. They did spend
let George Springer go.
Guy and some electricians to, juice you up under the jersey.
They signed Altuve to an extension, but the reality is Correa's probably going to go. They're probably going to let him go. George Springer left last year. They haven't. Have they signed Alex Bregman yet to an extension?
No, yeah, I get you. They're the perfect they're the model that the Marlins want to be, which is
that's what they're trying to be,
and I get that. But again, we
gotta give them and we gotta see also what's gonna happen now because the cable deal and the stadium deal that literally just happened.
Yeah,
they haven't had an off season with that money yet. They're just coming off actually the pandemic, which everybody talks about. Everybody makes fun of Marlins attendance, but the reality is last year there was literally nobody in the stands. Now we got to give them a chance to see what they do now.
Yeah,
what they're willing to do next offseason to what best they're trying to add with the rotation that they got.
But when you get through year 5 of Jeter, so he can finish paying himself off, and then maybe there's going to be some spending.
No, but seriously, we need to see what happens.
And I'm not asking for Yankee spending. I'm just saying, bro, they really sold us on Dickerson being like this guy. He's going to be great. Ooh. Dude, everybody when we signed Dickerson.
Oh my everybody.
Bro, your hindsight is always 2020. I was never fooled. You've never been fooled in your life, bro. You're unbelievable. People were saying that Corey Dickerson
was gonna help. But
on this show who covers the Marlins, Danny Alvarez, who's been on here, who's a respected guy, telling us what a great signing Corey Dickerson was. And I know it happens. I know it happens. What I'm saying is,
even if they said that he was going to be an awesome ad, it's baseball. It didn't pan out.
I know, but what I'm saying is, we're constantly being told, "Hey, no, we're going to do good with these little things, and we're going to turn this little thing into a diamond. It's going to be great." And it doesn't happen like that, bro.
Dude.
Oh my God. Anyway, all right, enough with today's Marlins stuff. All right, I'm sure this conversation is going to continue up until the trade deadline next month. Okay, so we got plenty of time
and then they'll
to revisit.
For a stud and you'll still be pissed
No,
off.
they're not going to trade for any stud, bro. Starting Marte's gone, Aguilar's gone, and it's going to be another dumpster fire.
Here's a question: are they supposed to not accept phone calls, listen to any trade offers because they don't want to piss fans off because they want to trade them
again. I understand that you have to make these moves, and I'm okay with the moves. Yeah. I'm just saying you've been telling a fan base, hey, believe in us, we're gonna do stuff, but yet every year you continue to do the things that they don't want, and eventually
they never told you to believe that they were gonna bring in free agents and do this and do that. So if they're making moves to capitalize on what they promised for you, then don't complain about it and see if it works.
Sometimes you just gotta do things that are gonna make people mad. I mean,
we've literally been doing that. And we've literally been doing that since 1997.
It doesn't matter. It's a new regime, bro. It's not
the same.
You can't put other regimes' sins on current regimes, bro.
I understand, but then you can't blame people for not going to the games and not, being a fan.
Yeah,
nobody goes to games, bro. Nobody.
They can keep all the guys that they got on this team, and nobody's gonna go. Nobody's gonna go until they legitimately start to win.
And the way we're going, we're never gonna win legitimately and consistently enough because there's only been one Astros to do what the Astros did. There's been a lot more Tampa Bay Devil Rays. There's been a lot more Cubs. There's been a lot more bad teams that have tried to do, and only one team, the Astros, has been able to do what the Astros have done. And we're hoping to be that. It's just here we go, bro. It's just another thing.
You are hoping.
No, the Marlins are literally hoping to be the Astros because that's their whole model is framed after the Astros.
They're just trying to make up their investment. That's where you're wrong.
If
you think everyone in that front office is like, oh, we're really going to try and get to the World Series within 5 years, you're a clown at this point.
Dennis, we literally were talking about this. That this is the thought is that the Marlins are trying to model their whole approach on this to what the Astros have done.
It's not just the Marlins.
What the Marlins are trying to do is put out the winning culture. That's all it is. They're trying to compete, stay relevant, and essentially rebuild a farm system that used to be a feeder to other teams. Now, haven't they surprised you with the fact that we went from one of the worst farm systems, let's say back in 2015, 2016, to a top 5 farm system?
That's
top
good.
10, let's say, if you want to get technical.
That's good. I'm cool with that.
You just got to give them time because we, after what happened to Jose Fernandez, that was it. We had to rebuild, and they admitted it. They were going to do a fire sale then and there that season. Mm-hmm. But in respect to Jose Fernandez, they kept the team intact. After that, they started dishing out Stan, Yelich, the works. And what did they do? They restocked the farm system, and now we have something to look for towards the future. And let's face it, Edwin, if we want to start winning now, what do we have to do now? We have to grab the big stars of today. And teams aren't going to give them away. They're going to ask for our prospects.
Of course.
And we don't want to give up the prospects, not after everything we just pulled. Not after all the sacrifices and trades and everything that we've done. So
you
now
have to be the right guy if you're going to do that.
You have to be really careful the moves that you're making at the front office because, like you said, they've been saying that, hey, believe in us. This is a new regime. We're going to do better. But, I hate to say the cliche, but the fan base has to have patience. And I know I'm going to get skewered for that. But like others have mentioned, this is a new regime, and we had to give them time. And let's face it, another thing that's happened to this team this year that I don't know if it ever happened to the Astros in their era. Can you tell me how many games the Marlins have been able to have their full roster without someone being injured? Because I can't name more than 15 games, if even that, because it's always someone that's injured.
I get it, man. But
3-man rotation.
I get it.
If it wasn't Marte, it was Alfaro. It was Cecil.
Miggy Rowe or somebody. Alexander Hernandez.
Yeah, because
the team
it's not an excuse, but I've been
coach.
wondering how many games have we been able to play healthy this year, and you won't probably find more than 15.
I get it.
We already started the season with at least 2 people injured, with Sisto and I think Hernandez as well. So
Look, listen, I get the injury thing is a real thing here too, but I'm just saying, like, we've been fed this line before, and I'm looking like I'm expecting here comes another here we go again, and it's just let's just wait. Well, let's just wait. If by the July 31st trade deadline, nothing comes through and something changes, then hey, bro, I'll be happy with that. But unfortunately, I'm not that optimistic about it. But let's you did mention something. You know what? Instead of talking about the dismal thing, let's celebrate some of the past. Let's celebrate some people that have won, and let's talk about what you wrote for us, Gabe. I actually just put it out right now on the chat for those of you watching. You can click on the link and give it a run through. Gabe sat down there for 2 weeks and crafted your perfect all-time Marlins lineup. Sat
10
there
10 days.
in his dungeon for 10 days, going over numbers, creating a criteria for who to put in certain positions, and you're going to piss some people off because some guys like myself, I'm partial to some players. I know Dennis and I, when we saw the list, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I'm not going to allow this. And Dennis, we had and then Dennis and I made our own list, and we also were at a disagreement with our own list. So we got plenty of opinions here. But
you got a name. You have one name on your list that has me a little.
Wait,
I
mine
know
or
which one that is.
On yours,
and I'm
on
ready.
yours, on yours.
I know
On
which
my
name
list?
that is.
On yours.
On my list, okay, yeah, but I can defend my picks though. Here we go. So, but Gabe, tell us a little bit about who you, your criteria, and what you thought about when making this list.
All right, so the criteria was a mix of three things: statistics, the eye test, and also, which you two probably used to factor in your list, fond memories. Oh, that guy, I really liked him. So what if he bat 200? He was an awesome guy.
Yeah.
And, that kind of thing.
Alfredo Amezaga, baby, all day. I got you.
Emilio
Yeah.
Bonifacio.
No, that ain't gonna happen either.
Bro.
Gus's favorite guy, Emilio Bonifacio, right
I
there.
love that fucking guy.
During his little,
Sakino.
Dan is throwing in his little time
Dan is
travel.
putting himself on his own list.
You have Fernando Rodney down for closer, don't you?
Oh, that was my favorite. Him and his stupid fucking crooked hat. Although he's not even on my top 3 worst closers of all time. He was actually not bad, but I got other guys that I hated even more than him.
I got Kevin Gregg as my closer.
Oh yeah, Kevin Gregg was definitely, bro. You know what's one of the saddest moments in my life is that I was at the Marlins game when Kevin Gregg came back to the Marlins and made his debut for his second time around for with the Marlins, and I was screaming so hard that game because I couldn't believe that son of a bitch was back with his stupid glasses doing for us, bro. Horrible, bro.
Edwin, tell me how you really feel. Let it all out. Tell me
Kevin Gregg sucks, bro. Him and his fucking glasses, they sucked, bro. He's the Chuck Carr of closers. I hate him more than Heath Bell.
Is that the guy that would run out to the mound?
No, that was Heath Bell.
That was Heath Bell.
He would do the slide into the mound like a douchebag.
And then you wish he tore his ACL.
Yeah, bro.
That's the last thing he needed, honestly. Right then and there, sliding onto the mound.
Yeah, Heath Bell actually slides in at number 2 for me, and then a throwback name here that maybe you might remember, Matt Lindstrom, I think is my number 3 most hated closer. That guy, he would throw 103 miles an hour, but it was in a straight line down the pipe every time. That guy had no movement on the ball, nothing, and he was just oh God, bro, anybody could hit a home run off that guy, and he just blew so many games for us. Anyway. We're not talking about the bad. Let's stop, bro. See, we're such a traumatized fan base that we always resort to bad memories and things like that. But we're gonna celebrate good stuff here. Okay?
I'm not traumatized. We got 2 World Series titles in my lifetime, bro. It's pretty cool.
Again, there's a lot of we and us and Marlins fans.
All right. So let's start from the top here, Gabe. All right, let me look. I got your list right here at catcher. Let's start off. You went with a solid choice here, Charles Johnson. I don't think you're going to get much complaints here from Dennis and I. I think that was a solid pick there at 1. Although,
where does John Buck rank?
Man, John Buck in that opening day grand slam some years back. You remember that? John Buck. No. I want to ask this. I mean, I know obviously with Charles Johnson, it was an easy pick because he did win a championship with us. He was a UM guy and everything. But how much thought that you put into Pudge Rodriguez's 1 season and what he did with the Marlins? Like how close was he coming in?
I'm gonna be really honest with you. I at first thought of Pudge, but then I was like, he was only in the team for a year.
Yeah,
we had a lot in that year though. I mean, he was a spark plug for the team. I considered him one of the leaders, and he got along well with the pitchers, which is huge because for a pitching staff, you're looking for great synergy between the guy on the mound and the guy behind the plate. But I'm going to be really honest with you. The fact that he was only on the team for a year,
that's wild.
I kind of gave him the Mike Piazza treatment. Like, man, that guy was barely
That's my number 3, right ahead of JT Realmuto. You know what I'm saying?
I went with Charles Johnson, man, simply because he was only here for a year.
Yeah,
Gabby, no love for my boy Benito Santiago, bro. Come on.
Oh,
no love, man. Not here.
Benito.
Oh, not here.
Nah, don't hate on Benito. I got you, Gus. I got you.
He's like my number 4. Behind Pudge and one other guy, I'm not gonna name.
You know what? I'll put Benito. I'll put Benito at 4, just behind Piazza and Pudge and Charles Johnson. All right. I will say this though, Pudge. You got to remember what he did in 03. that team had zero expectations. What Charles Johnson did in '97, that was a high expectation team. And I'm not discrediting anything. I gotta give a little props to Pudge, because when he came to us, he wasn't like looked at the same way as he was years prior when he was a Gold Glover and when he was, a multiple-time All-Star. He was a guy who was trying to find his come up again here, and he came here, and like you said, he made this pitching staff incredible. He had a lot of influence, and he was a great hitter. He hit 3 for us that year, remember? Because it was Juan Pierre, Luis Castillo, then Pudge, then Miggy cleanup, and then Derek Lee. So that was like that top of the lineup was just 2 guys to get on base, bunts on. This guy bunts on, this guy moves him over to second, and then Pudge drives him in. That's what it was, and that was a side of Pudge's game that we weren't used to, that he really developed when he came here. So I got a lot of love from him, but I think Charles Johnson, come on, bro, the guy's money, bro. He's an all timer.
Yeah.
All right,
So who did you pick?
No errors and 1 pass ball in 97.
yeah, no errors. Yeah, Charles Johnson, phenomenal. No, we all had Charles Johnson on our list here.
Okay, so all 3 lists had Charles Johnson?
Yeah, we're gonna have some here, but don't worry, we're gonna get to your bad ones here. Next up,
my bad ones. Hey, check out that bias right there, bro.
all right, my next one, you got Derek Lee over at first base. Dennis, did you have Derek Lee?
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's a sweep at Derek Lee. Was there anybody that no Mike Redmond catching? No, bro, but that's honorable mention.
Jorge Cantu has to be number 3.
He was third, though.
That I said that I had as the not mentioned in my honorable mentions for catcher besides Pudge. Redmond was another guy.
Okay, well, Redmond and his naked batting practice, that was always a team motivator.
No.
But let's go. Let's keep it going. Derek Lee, though, was there anybody that comes close? Was there Mike Jacobs? I had Orestes Estrada as a close second. No, Dennis.
Justin Bohr. Coming in as an honorable mention.
What happened, Dennis? Did I say something that upset you there?
Orestes Estrada, man.
Yo,
all-time first baseman.
Yeah, bro. Hey, he signed my baseball card at Publix in 1993. I got a lot of love, bro. He's the opposite Chuck Carr, baby. He's the opposite Chuck Carr. He can't do.
If we had fantasy baseball back then, I'm pretty sure that would have been Edwin's first round pick overall.
Hell yeah, dude. Orestes, bro. Come on, bro. Local guy too, man. You gotta love him. But anyway, I think it's Derek Lee is all time, bro.
Yeah.
Huge fan. His defense was, to me, what stood out the most. What I loved the most about him, even more than his incredible hitting that he was able to develop. But at least while with the Marlins, that's where I really picked.
I gotta show some love to my boy Gabby Sanchez, just because I went to middle school with him.
You know what? He might have the all-time boss move at first base when he when he clotheslined Niger Morgan. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's definitely up there. But you got Justin Bohr as a close one there. Okay, I don't have Justin Bohr that high, but I could see that.
It's because of the home run derby, man. He won me over
eating donuts at the home run derby, bro.
Yeah.
That was a good. Yeah, see, all the Marlins fans love Orestes. That's right, baby. All day, every day. I think he does play-by-play up in Tampa now. I think that's what he is. He's a play-by-play.
I know he was doing it. I don't know if he's still there, but
yeah. All right, so let's go to second base here. I think this is a no-brainer. Although, if you go with the smart choice here, it's Luis Castillo, and I think that is. Although I'm not gonna lie, my love for Dan Uggla and his forearms and the fact that he can hit a home run on one knee with his eyes closed, it was hard to separate that. But how hard was it for you, Gabriel? Did you have any trouble with this pick here of Luis Castillo at second base?
None whatsoever, and I did consider Dan Uggla for a little bit until I remembered that he went to the Braves.
That
was it. That kind of ended it.
You had D. Gordon as your honorable mention. You got D. Gordon that high? Is it just because of the Jose Fernandez, or you really were a fan of his?
No, I was a fan of his. I liked him a lot.
So was I.
I was a fan of his speed,
awesome,
and he was hitting for contact. And I gotta say, when I didn't think about this, but looking back, when he hit that home run on that first game after Jose Fernandez died, there was something magical about it. And,
for sure.
And when he crossed home plate, the guy just literally broke down, and I felt that. Well, we all did, but I really felt that.
We all man cried. It's all good, bro.
Sure. No, but he was also just really good. He was averaging like 400 for a little bit.
But he also popped for juice too, and he cost us a season where we were contending by getting caught with.
So he got
doesn't
caught and
juice a
Gandalf
little
did it.
bit.
Who cares?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it, but you got caught. Barry Bonds didn't get caught. You know what I'm saying? So
I knew he was gonna bring up Barry Bonds. I'm like, he's coming in 3, 2.
But all right. Now, I was having a discussion with Dennis when we were putting together our list, and something dawned on me while I was looking this up that I really hadn't thought of, and I think you got to make a case here for Luis Castillo being the all-time greatest Marlin of all time, bro. Like, statistic-wise and everything that he's accomplished as a Marlin, I don't think there is a more accomplished guy ever to have played for the Marlins. Like, when I went in back in and I started looking at these numbers, check this out, dude. Nobody's played more games as a Marlin than Luis Castillo, first of all. 1,128 games. Nobody scored more runs than Luis Castillo. Nobody's had more hits than Luis Castillo, 1,273. More triples, more walks, more stolen bases as a Marlin than Castillo. And he also won 3 Gold Gloves and was a 2-time All-Star with the Marlins, plus a World Series champion. And
his 35-game hitting streak.
35-game hitting streak that nobody's even come close to.
And he could have won, too, because he was on that 97 team.
Yes, he was.
Remember,
he made an appearance.
He struggled, and he started the year as he was their opening day second baseman.
But he was in AAA, if I'm not mistaken. He was in the minors by the time they hit the playoffs.
Yeah, that's why they traded for Greg Counsell, because he was struggling.
Okay.
They had called him up since '96 with Renteria, so he was long term. He went from the big league roster off and on from '96 till the end of '05. So he's one of the few Marlins that was here for that long.
And not only he did it, like the guy put it up, and I don't realize it because I took it because he's not Miggy Cabrera, he's not Gary Sheffield, although like when we had Tobin on a couple of weeks ago, when he batted from the right side, you got all excited because he was also switch hitter, so when he batted from the right side, you knew the pop was coming and he can go yard on that. But Luis Castillo, bro, we don't talk about him enough, man, but that guy needs something at Marlins Park, bro, to recognize the greatness of what he is, because it's going to take a while, the way this team is going, for anyone to come close to the numbers that Castillo put in here, bro. Like, it's going to take a while, dude. So that's been my one.
Should have been Yelich.
Could have been. That's my one thing when doing this list and reading Gabe's thing and reading Gabe's article that really, like, I had no clue, and I'm really like happy that I came across it, was how great Luis Castillo was, bro. Mm-hmm. Impressive. All right, here we go. Where are we? We're at shortstop. Who did you have here, Gabe? You had
Alex
Gonzalez. Okay, I love him.
Pick.
That's your pick, Gus. Dennis, who did you have at short?
I got Hanley.
You had Hanley. Okay,
I almost went with Alex, but then I had to get out of my feelings and really just look at what he did.
A real analyst. I appreciate it.
Ramirez was a monster when he was here.
Yeah. See, Achilles, do you have any input on shortstop here?
Danny Echeverria, bro.
Oh, solid.
That's a good one.
Like, I'm not saying he was the best player ever. I personally loved him because he was a shit hitter, but he was an absolute animal at shortstop, and I loved it.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that.
That's an edge of a pick, Achilles.
Wait! I had something for that. Wait! Ready? All right.
Man, that was about as bad as that trade I vetoed once from Edwin.
Anyway, all right. My pick. I think it's interesting. We have all different picks, and nobody said my pick. I got Barranquilla, baby, Colombia's finest and best import, Edgar Renteria. And my tie-breaking factor was I thought about Hanley because of what he accomplished, but he was a dick and he was wasted potential. And you can't argue that. He was wasted potential.
Like, it's kind of,
He hit 342 with us, and he was great. But he also he dogged the ball. He got benched. He got embarrassed, and then he was never the same everywhere else that he went. And then he couldn't even play defense anymore. They had him at first base with the Indians and the Red Sox. Like, yeah. So that spoils it for me. But I was looking between Alex Gonzalez, who's the 03 Marlins are my favorite team of all time, and it's hard for me not to pick those guys. So I was trying not to be biased, and I love Alex Gonzalez. I loved everything that he did. He hit an impressive, walk-off home run in the World Series, which to me points. He won a World Series, points. But Edgar Renteria won a World Series with a walk-off hit. He did both in one. Plus, he flashed the glove. He put a he put a face to this team in '97. He brought the Hispanic to that team. You know what I'm saying? Because you had a lot of guys that were different and stuff, and him and Moises Alou had a lot of love for those guys. And Edgar Renteria to me was my pick at shortstop. But Alex Gonzalez,
that's a good one.
Right there. I can't. I'm not gonna knock on him. Gus, Gabe, did you had who'd you have as your honorable mention there at short?
Who did I have as my honorable mention? Pretty much the guy you mentioned.
Oh, you had Edgar?
Renteria.
Right. There you go. I like that. All right, so then let's move it along here. Okay, where are we at now? Third base?
Yes.
Okay, I think here we have some disagreements as well. Gabe, who did you have at third base?
I had Miguel Cabrera.
Okay. So you went Miggy at third, and he came up as a third baseman. No, he came up, as a third baseman, but played in the outfield after Mike Lowell left.
He came up in the outfield when he got called up. They shifted him to outfield because they just wanted his bat. Because Hollingsworth was really struggling. Mike was playing third, and then he broke his wrist at the end of August, and they just shifted Miguel back to his natural position.
Yeah, so he was a natural third baseman.
Well, shortstop, but eventually.
Yeah. Okay, so who did you, Dennis? Who did you have at short?
I went with Miguel.
Third. You went Miggy also?
Miguel. Yeah, I went Miguel.
See, I went Miggy in the outfield because at third base I can't turn down FIU's greatest alumni, Mike Lowell, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no other place. There was no way I was going to make a list and not include probably who I think is the second guy. If Mr. Marlin himself, Jeff Conine, was to hand over his crown of Mr. Marlin, I think Mike Lowell would be the natural recipient of that. That's just me. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I couldn't make a list without Mike Lowell there, bro.
I wanted to put Mike Lowell. I wanted to put him.
You're obviously not a big enough FIU fan. I get it.
No, but Mike Lowell was great, but Miguel had enough.
But it wasn't a hurricane.
But Miguel had enough time here where he put up legit numbers in his time.
Yeah.
Here in his 5 seasons?
Yeah, he had a good
and
run.
He's a Hall of Famer. I can't.
Yeah, Mike Lowell is is a Red Sox Hall of Famer probably with what he did over there, and he's gonna be a Marlins Hall of Famer. Maybe not an MLB Hall of Famer, but
Miguel's Cooperstown. Miguel's Cooperstown.
Yeah, Miguel's Cooperstown.
Well,
and also, there's one last thing that you forgot about Mike Lowell. He went to Coral Gables, so he's 2 for 2 for me.
There you go.
He went to my high school, and he went to my university. So how do you think I felt when I didn't pick him?
Exactly. He went 2 for 2, and you went 100% not picking him. So I don't know how you allow yourself to do that there. I could have turned my back on Mikey Lowell.
Can you imagine had he stayed with the Marlins, what he could have achieved, what we could have kept doing?
Oh, for sure. But
I don't even think about that.
Mike Lowell, baby. Mike Lowell. All right, we've gone around the infield here. We had a nice run here with everybody here. Now let's go to the outfield. And see, this is where I put in Miggy Cabrera. We don't have to go left field, center field, right field. We'll just name your outfielders here. I went Miggy Cabrera as one of my outfielders here. Gabe, who is one of your outfielders here? Or give us your three. Give us your three here.
My 3 was, of course, Jeff Conine, Juan Pierre, and the best for last, Ichiro Suzuki.
Unbelievable.
Let's see that face, Dennis. Let's see that rage.
Oh, my God. You know what?
Let's see that rage.
Bro.
Oh, no!
I'm sorry. I there's no way I could allow myself to let you do that without being thrown into that, dude, because that is just...
Lord.
All right. I know that the Ichiro pick... All right, Jeff Conine, love the pick. Obviously, Mr. Marlin, incredible. Like I said, he's Mr. Marlin. Everything's been said about... And now he's playing... Or he's the associate head coach at FIU, so he knows what's up. Like I said, him and Mike Lowell... They're tied at the waist here, bro. I had Jeff Conine in my outfield along with Miggy, but dude, defend yourself on this Ichiro pick because it's really, I mean, just own it. Tell us why.
You want me to tell you why?
Yeah, because what did he do as a Marlin?
I've been a big fan of Ichiro Suzuki since he played with the Mariners.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was incredible. He was
one
of the
your
most.
Mariners list, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Well, yeah, I could do the same thing for Pudge, but Pudge only played 1 year.
Yeah, you didn't put Pudge on the list. I feel like that's a better pick.
List.
You know, I honestly would have been more. I'm more offended that you put Ichiro on this list than if you would have put Pudge over Charles Johnson. Pudge is 1 year. You could have put Mike Piazza in his 5 games. And I probably would have taken that over
was a mistake, and it's going to keep being a mistake, and you can put that on my tombstone. Piazza was a mistake.
Oh, boy. But, so Ichiro, like, I get it. I guess it's just a homer pick for you. That's your boy. That was your guy. I know you have the jersey. I'm not surprised that you put him on your list, but I thought I had a little bit more credibility and respect for you to take this a little more serious. Than what I felt like that you did what I would have done, throwing a curveball there and with your Ichiro pick.
Because who did I leave out? I left out Cliff Floyd and I left out Gary Sheffield.
You left out a lot. Yeah, man.
Bro. Hey, what's
Hermida? Come on.
What day is Thursday?
Hermida.
With Jeremy Hermida.
Gabe, what day is Thursday, Gabe?
Ichiro Day.
It's Bobby Bonilla Day, my friend.
Oh, yes. You left out Bobby Bo. You left out Giancarlo Stanton.
Hold on.
Like the only MVP the Marlins have ever had.
Who did you put in right field? Who did you put in right field?
I had in my outfield, I had Jeff Conine, I had Miggy Cabrera, and then I put Gary Sheffield. There's no way I'm not going to have Gary Sheffield in my list.
Too. Not everybody can get on the boat.
But Juan Pierre has to be on any Marlins list, bro.
I like Juan Pierre a lot, dude. I like him a lot, but it's hard to justify. The outfield is too crowded, bro. It's too crowded.
Oh, well, there you go. Not everybody can get on the boat.
But
there's only 3 spots. We have over a dozen players that have done tremendous work for the franchise.
But if I'm picking a team here and I'm picking my outfielders, like Ichiro is going to get picked after Juan Pierre. Juan Pierre is going to get picked after a lot of other guys.
For right field, not for center. Like Ichiro didn't go over Juan Pierre for center field. I picked him for right, which went over Cliff Floyd and Gary Sheffield.
Yeah, bro. I don't know, man. I couldn't do it, but I'm okay.
Edwin.
I got Stan as a DH.
Edwin, who are you putting first? Chuck Carr or Ichiro?
Oh, fuck. Bro, I don't want to say something racist here, so I'll just say Ichiro, bro. I'll just go with that, you know? Yeah, fuck Chuck Carr, bro. Oh, God.
Dennis removed himself.
I think we lost Dennis.
I'll put
why would you?
Yeah, what? Yeah, is he hiding? Are you hiding because you don't want to tell us your outfield picks?
He doesn't want to be associated with Edwin's racism.
Yeah,
I didn't
exactly.
know. Oh, hey, I didn't
He
say
censored
anything.
himself. He censored himself for the first time ever. Right?
You just told the whole world that you have racist thoughts.
No, I'm just maybe I don't know. Maybe I had a little Scottie Pippen moment there, you know, calling myself out a little bit.
But what we don't know is to who? To Ichiro or to Chuck Carr?
There you go.
Well, no, but he said he would have chose Chuck Carr, so I'm assuming it's Chuck Carr.
It's probably to both.
No. Honestly, for me, there's just very few people on like, bro. I'd rather take. I'm trying to think like Silvio Veras over Chuck Carr, Scott Pose over Chuck Carr. If you want to go old school, Nigel Wilson over Chuck Carr, bro. There's nobody I would take. There's no way. If Chuck Carr is the last guy there, I'll play with 2 outfielders. You know, there's no way I'm picking Chuck Carr. And yeah, that got it. We're going to do
Cameron Maybin?
Hell yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Maybin, bro.
Give me Cameron Maybin all day over.
Cameron Maybin, Jeremy Hermida, and one more just awful outfield.
Lewis Brinson. Let's
Lewis Brinson. There you go.
That's an outfield, bro.
I'll take that. I'll win an MLB The Show with those guys, bro, for sure. Ain't no doubt.
Well, Dennis, what is your outfield, man?
My outfield, I made a change after I showed it to Edwin.
No, he made a change after we talked about all these guys. He's like, you know what? Let me not be as controversial.
No. I did do something pretty controversial that might get me kicked out. Gary Sheffield, Cliff Floyd, Giancarlo Stanton.
And you ain't Cliff Floyd, huh?
Dude, he was a monster when he became an everyday outfielder after '97. The man was legit.
I can't believe you went Cliff Floyd over Mr. fucking Marlin, bro. Like, yeah,
I had to, bro.
How do you see you guys, bro? You thought I was the crazy hot taker here?
No,
but we got this guy here putting Ichiro, right? And then you got the guy all the way over there omitting Mr. Marlin from an all-time Marlins lineup.
Like, based on talent, stats.
Come on, bro.
Cliff Floyd.
Only
man. I'm pretty sure. I just asked someone, and he's shaking his head up and down.
No. There's only one guy who has 2 Marlins World Series championship rings.
I struggled with it, right? I struggled with that.
Dude,
I struggled with that.
I hope you struggled. I hope you struggle more. That's even more. I think yours is more egregious than this guy picking Ichiro. I'm just throwing it out there. Achilles, how do you feel? Which one's worse? This guy picked Ichiro?
Like, don't involve me in this conversation, right?
No, I mean, like I said, the Ichiro thing is that's his favorite player.
But he didn't
got to see him in a Marlins uniform.
Yeah.
Because he has no business being on a
But he shunned Gary
reason.
Sheffield. He shunned Gary Sheffield for Ichiro. Or is it worse shunning Mr. Marlin, the most beloved human being that's ever put on a Marlins uniform, for Cliff Floyd?
But is this, like Dennis said, at least it's a stats thing. It's, you know what I mean? Just because you were around and people call you Mr. Marlin, when Luis Castillo is the real Mr. Marlin, like...
I love Jeff Conine. I love thinking back about those teams from the mid '90s, late '90s.
We have his kid in the minor league system, but still,
let's remember who gunned
there.
down JT Schnell at home plate. It wasn't Cliff Floyd. It wasn't Gary Sheffield. It wasn't Ichiro.
It was Jeff Conine.
Yeah, it was Jeff Conine. The one hopper to Pudge.
Oh, remember Floyd when he took over? Remember Cliff Floyd when he became an everyday outfielder?
I've honestly not with the same fondness as you.
And the baseball remembered. He was a beast. He was a beast.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I just couldn't Jeff Conine did not put the numbers that Cliff Floyd put up. In his 4 years that he was a starter, or 3.5 years.
No love for my uncle Moises Alou, bro.
No love.
Almost, but 1 year. It was just I thought of him immediately, but it was like it was 1 year, a great year, but 1 year.
Gus, but end this outfield debate. Who's more wrong here? Just you, because Achilles was just waffling. Doesn't want the responsibility. You hand down your verdict. Who was more wrong here? Who's more egregious in their pick? So we can move on to pitchers.
I just remember Conine more fondly, so that's where I would have to pick.
All right, so damn, Dennis, I'm sorry, bro, but you.
Oh no!
Oh, that's not pit worthy either, bro. Get out of here.
That was such a sad
bro.
Come on, dude. Bro, everything you say is pit worthy if that's pit worthy.
I know what's pit worthy. I know what's pit worthy.
Edwin dug the pit. He dug the pit. That's the hole that he's doing for himself. That's
and I'm dragging him down in here, bro. I'm dragging him down here.
If I would have done most loved, I would have done Jeff Conine. I would have done Mike Lowell. I would have done Alex Gonzalez. I would have done basically the whole 03 infield. I mean,
see, I'm the only guy here who was able to figure out a way to include Jeff Conine and Mike Lowell on his all-time list, and you guys couldn't. And they're the most loved Marlins, and you guys dropped the ball. But
I love how you talk about him without mentioning the hidden ball trick that made him so legendary.
Come on, yeah, I didn't even get to the hidden ball trick, yeah, bro. All right, so
we're already in the outfield, heading to the pitching staff.
Let's go to pitchers.
By the way, Conine also an FIU guy now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
telling
I was
you.
saying. Yeah,
Attached at the hips, and these guys, horrible. Super disappointed. All right, pitchers here. I think. All right, so Gabe, I got your list here. You got Jose Fernandez, Josh Beckett, D-Train, Josh Johnson, who I think Josh Johnson gets overlooked, but that guy was as dominant as a guy that we had for a while there. Just his stint was brief, but it was so dominant. And then you had an interesting choice at number 5, Brad Penny. I love me some Brad Penny. Love that guy. But I don't know. I don't love him enough to put him number 5 all time here. I mean, you're skipping out some ballers here, but I'm noticing what I noticed in your list, Gabe. you have a lot of love for everything that's not 1997. You only have one guy Charles Johnson is and Jeff Conine are your only 97 guys on your list here. Any reason why you hate the 90s so much, or is it like what's going on here, bro?
That is a loaded question.
Yeah, I think that's a little loaded there.
Why do you hate him so much?
Why do you hate the 90s, bro? What happened here? Because you went full 2000s and up, which again, it's your list. I respect, but I was actually honestly as a guy, because I know how much of a Marlins fan, and you were weren't you at some of the 97 playoff games?
No, I never went to any of the 97 playoff games.
All right, well, sorry, I did that.
Yeah, my playoff experiences are from 2003. I went to the game that we won against the Giants that I got to see Jeff Conine do one of the best plays in franchise history.
All time.
And then
All time, Dennis.
And then I went to the Cubs game that put us down, I think, 3-1, and I left incredibly angry. My dad was trying to calm me down. I was like, it's okay. They're not going to lose. You'll see. They're going to win. I'm like, it's over. We lost. And I had a really bad experience in that playoff game because we happened to sit in a section full of Cubs fans.
That's surprising.
It felt so hostile. I didn't feel like I was in my own stadium. It almost felt like I was in Wrigley. And the fact that we had lost and all I hear is the bragging, I was like, oh, I hate these people.
Yeah, I know the feeling. But see, I thought, honestly, I was a little surprised at how little 97 representation you had here. And you had, I see here, you also have a closer from 97. So, okay, so you have three guys. But let's go over these pictures here. Okay, Jose Fernandez, I think he's going to be on every list, right? Josh Beckett, easy pick. And Dontrell Willis, love the guy. He's probably, starting for me. That's just because I love the guy. Adams, Oral Hershiser, bro. Come on, bro. He was on the Indians in 97, bro. I ain't picking that guy. Although, no chance. No chance. All right, but now these other
deletes his entry.
Dennis, you had D-Train, you had Beckett, and you had Fernandez? And
Fernandez, D-Train, Kevin Brown, Beckett, and Johnson. Josh Johnson.
Okay, so you had Josh Johnson as well. So you guys had very similar. So you're differing in. He had Brad Penny, and you had Kevin Brown.
Kevin Brown, yeah.
See, I had the same guys. I had Kevin Brown, which I think you gotta have Kevin Brown. The dude was just probably the best pitcher in baseball from 96, 95 all the way up until 98. Remember when he went to when he was with the Padres? Yeah, bro. That guy was money. I went with a different pick here at number to round out my staff. I thought, I got plenty of power and finesse with these guys. I thought when I think of Marlins, what's one of the first images that comes to my mind? I think of those pretty teal uniforms. And I think of those opening day, good memories, inaugural season, and it always turns into an image of Charlie Huff.
No.
That's what it is for me, bro. I got Charlie Huff holding it down as my number 5 starter. The pride of Hialeah High School, okay? Local guy.
Quit the show.
Local guy.
I love how he gives me crap over Ichiro.
Seriously, it's literally the same thing.
No, come on.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Who am I hurting here? Josh Johnson because I went with a knuckleballer? No.
You're hurting your soul, man.
You guys, you offended a legend in Gary Sheffield, and that guy over there offended another legend in Mr. Marlin. I'm pissing off Josh Johnson here. I'm okay with that. Charlie Huff.
You're pissing off more than JJ. You left out quite a few people, man.
Put Levon Hernandez over him, bro.
That was
bro. Even put Anibal Sanchez over him.
Probably left out Al Leiter. He left out AJ Burnett. I mean, you left out quite a bit of people, man.
Marlins have had great pitchers. That's for sure. But I think the worst blasphemy here out of all of us here is that none of us picked Levon. The guy who carried a team. Gus did. But yeah, Dennis, disappointed in you, disappointed in myself. But I had to go with Charlie Huff, bro.
It was all between Levon Hernandez and Brad Penny as the number 5 slot, and I was agonizing over for like 2 days. I think I hinted at it with you, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with Brad Penny. But like I said in the article, for the love of everything that's good in baseball, do not have him pitch to Sammy Sosa. I still remember that home run.
Still, hold on a second. Wait. Let me. Now that I realize here, okay, I picked Charlie Huff over Josh Johnson and Livan Hernandez. Is that worse than picking Brad Penny and his career best 14 wins that 1 year with us? You know, over. Is that worse than Charlie Huff, or is my Charlie Huff pick worse than Brad Penny? Gus, Dennis, you guys who.
Brad Penny had a pretty good career.
I love Brad Penny.
Being an all-star.
But with us, his career best was 14 wins, and that was the 2003 season, and he was like a 4th or 5th starter. Charlie Huff was
2-0 in the World Series.
Hey, Charlie Huff started opening day, though. You know what I'm saying? I never saw Brad Penny start opening day.
And he was the NL Wins leader in 2006,
because he started opening day.
That wasn't during the era.
On that knuckle, bro. Come on, man.
Come on, dude.
All right, so I think
the only reason he started opening day is because they didn't know when he was about to die. You know, he was so old. Like, just put his guy out there.
He
already.
wasn't that old. He was just what, like 40?
He was only like 40 something.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if opening day he was 37. Like he was just, you know, like I'm older than him now, and he was on opening day in '93.
But he looked like he was 68.
Yeah. Yo.
You know what's crazy is he's still alive. You know. I don't mean to like in a bad way. I'm just saying like I gotta look up what he looks like now. I mean, he's gotta be looking pretty rough.
He was at the throwback weekend, right? In 18, he was there.
Oh yeah? Oof.
Yeah, he was there, alive, walking, not in a wheelchair.
Damn, dude. Damn, he's got to be looking rough, man. Charlie Huff, though, hey, damn, now I feel bad because you know what? I have a Livan Hernandez autographed ticket up there, and I didn't pick Livan. That's kind of
Charlie Huff was 45.
He was 40. Okay, all right. Well, he's not far off. He was just a little bit older than I am now, so I guess.
Dude,
I mean,
how does that make you feel, Edwin, that he's a little bit older than you are?
Well,
and he looked like a grandpa.
Exactly.
He looked like a grandpa.
I like that the advances in medicine make me optimistic that, you know, when I get to 45, I'm not going to look geriatric and old and, you know, like a grandpa, bro, because it's incredible. That's seriously, that doesn't get talked about enough. Is how Charlie Huff went by like that, you know?
I think it also has a lot to do with how you dress. Like, you dress like a teenager, you know what I mean? But, like, if you were to wear, like, an old prospector costume, you would look 78, for sure.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I got the grays coming in strong. Very, very strong. So, yeah, maybe. See, but I don't know. To me, I hope I don't end up there at 45. We'll see. We'll revisit that in 5 years and see how bad I'm looking. But all right. So, and then closer. Who do we got at closer here? You had Gabe. Who did you have at closer?
Rob Nen.
That's
solid.
That's the right answer.
Solid. I had to go with Rob Nen. His like 3 or 4 years with us were so dominant. Mm-hmm. Although, again, I got a lot of love for '93. Brian Harvey was him and Gary Sheffield.
But since I don't remember him as well as I do Rob Nen, that's why I went with Nen.
Yeah,
because it's a little bit of an age thing. You know, I'm not as old as you are and Huff. But
get him out of here. I don't want none of that. Don't come out here.
If you want to get technical,
Dennis, don't get technical right now.
The greatest Marlins closer ever was Trevor Hoffman, if you really think about it.
Although, I don't know, this is a good trivia question. I don't know the answer to it, but if somebody knows it, put it in the chat. If you guys know it, did Trevor Hoffman ever even attempt to save for the Marlins?
I don't think he did.
I think he was.
I will look it up, but I don't think he did.
Yeah, I don't even think he attempted a save as a Marlin. I think we traded him early on in '93.
In June.
And we traded him right early in '93, and then we got Sheffield, which was a great trade for us. Great trade for San Diego, obviously, but
actually, he got 2 saves
for the Marlins.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that right there. Take that with you today, Gus, Mr. Always looking for facts and Achilles. That's your little spice. Hold on, wait. Let's gotta do it. Ready? That's what it is. Trevor Hoffman actually got 2 saves as a Marlin. That's amazing.
Listen, you're leaving up. There's only really one right answer here, and it's Leo Nunez or whatever his name is. And that's it.
Carlos
Vladimir Nunez. You remember Vladimir Nunez when he tried to close?
Yeah. But Leo Nunez was the kid who had the fake name.
That's the
Carlos
greatest
Acevedo.
closer in
Carlos
the
Acevedo.
history of this franchise, bro.
Yeah, bro. Carlos Acevedo, bro. Oh, yeah. That is, man, you got to love that we're involved in all those kind of stories.
Remember the sound of the bat when Vladimir Nunez would pitch? Dude, they would just hit him. Like I could not believe the sound they were making. That he was awful when he was closing for a couple of years.
Who was the pitcher that who hit the guy from the Cubs in the head and that knocked him out, and then we signed him like years later and let him come up to bat, and then we put him up against R.A. Dickey, and he struck out on 3 pitches.
Adam Greenberg.
Yeah. Adam Greenberg, but who was it that hit him? I think it was Vladimir Nunez.
No, Vladimir was like late 90s, early 2000s.
I'm telling you. Well, I'll look that up later. But Adam Greenberg, he got plunked on the head, and in his first career at bat, and his whole career was ruined by a Marlins pitcher who I thought was Leo Nunez, or I thought was this guy. And then years later, he was starting to rehab, and the Marlins signed him to like a 1-day contract, and they called him up for a game. He went up to bat, pinch hit, and they put him up against the guy who was going up for the Cy Young that year, R.A. Dickey. And all he did was throw 3 nasty knuckleballs and struck him out.
It was Valerio de los Santos.
There he goes. Valerio de los Santos, another one of those weird names.
I remember with the Brewers, but who was he with when he hit him?
He was I think he was with the Cubs. Greenberg?
No, the pitcher.
Oh, De Los Santos? I don't know where we got him from, but
no, he never played for us. He never played for us.
Wait, so he's not the one who hit Greenberg?
Valerio de los Santos is the one that hit Greenberg.
Yeah, and he was a Marlin though, right? When he hit him.
Then
yeah. All right, well, you look that up there. Let's put a nice little bow on this. How was we went really long on this Marlins thing. I was but it was good. I liked it. How do you guys feel about Gabe's list here?
Yeah. You're right.
There you go. Look at that, bro. This head here has some useless information in there every once in a while.
It's all Marlins related.
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, that's why the Marlins ended up signing him to a 1-day contract and giving him an at-bat because they're the ones that ended his career.
Yeah, bro. You know. Anyway, hey, Gabe, great article. I really did enjoy it. I like when you get real passionate about what you're writing and your creativity flows. I really appreciate it. Enjoyed it. I put the link in the chat. If you guys want to go ahead and read it and take a look at his list, feel free to click, read, and react. Gabe, again, thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate it very much. Any last things here for Gabe before we let him go? Because we got to start wrapping up.
I got one last thing to say. I forgot to mention that Ichiro Suzuki actually did some work in relief. Remember against the Phillies? I think it was like in 2015. He pitched in relief. How many players on your list could do
Jeff
that?
Conine do that, bro.
All right. Sorry, Jeff Conine did not go up there and throw meatballs for BP. Okay, he had much more class than that.
It was an actual game.
Yeah, it might have been.
I think he got at least one out. If I'm
Probably. Hey,
Gabe.
Jose Canseco did the same thing, and he threw out his arm and had to get Tommy John surgery. So, go figure.
Yeah, but that was good. That was good.
Yeah, it was kind of funny though.
Gabe, get yourself some headphones so you don't have to keep muting and unmuting yourself.
Oh, no problem, bro. I just don't want you to hear me giggling all the time at everything that Edwin says.
Oh no, that's half the show.
Yeah. Exactly.
Next week, the next time Edwin's on the show, it should be Edwin Marlins fans.
There you go. All right, don't worry, I got it, bro.
It should be just Edwin. It should just be Edwin and friend.
When did Edwin start speaking for everybody? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Edwin's like, oh, everybody hated this. Everybody was sold on Corey Dickerson being an essential piece, the cornerstone of the franchise, the face of the Marlins. I'm like, Edwin, I don't know who you're listening to, but nobody said that.
I don't know if my grammar is correct, but I think I did it right.
No, Marlins fans.
Oh, Marlins.
You represent all Marlins fans.
Oh,
you also represent us, and you also represent we.
Yeah.
I mean, Achilles, when they do paid attendance, they say tonight's paid attendance is Edwin Garcia.
Yes.
Sold out stadium.
Sold out. It's sold out. Whenever Edwin comes to the stadium, it's an automatic sellout.
Yep.
And funny thing is, I probably got the tickets for free. Oh man! All right, that was not in my feelings, Sosa. There. All right.
He's gonna put Danis, not Sammy Sosa.
There you go. Danis, I hate Jeff Conine. Or no, sorry, Mike. Who did you hate? Mike Lowell. God, I forgot who we all hated already. Yeah, you shunned both of them. You guys were really, really bad. All right, Gabe, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, man. Appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right, take care, bro.
Later, guy. Hi. Oh yeah, I gotta remove you. Bye.
Wow.
Sorry, hey, bro. What was going on there? I don't know. Anyway, bro, I think we've gone pretty good with this Marlins stuff. I really, really enjoyed today's episode. Yeah. But I do just want to briefly touch on the playoffs. Any update on the game? Any update on the Marlins game?
We're losing 4-0 in the 8th inning.
4-0 in the 8th inning. All right.
And the Hawks are beating the Bucks 79-58.
Really?
Yeah.
With no
Trae Young.
Bro.
No Trae Young, bro. Getting it done with defense.
I love this Hawks team because everyone on that team doesn't give a fuck about anything. They're all super self-confident. Mm-hmm. You got Lou Williams out there. You got John Collins out there. You got all these guys. Kid. They all. It seems that they just all believe in themselves. They can be losing by 30. They can be up by 30. They'll be down in a series, up by series, and they just go out there and do their thing and don't care about anybody, bro. It's amazing.
Damn, dude. I'm really surprised. 79-58, dude.
That's shocking. I thought it was over when Trae Young turned his ankle and that game went on its head and they ended up losing. I thought it was over. That's amazing to hear.
Dude, the Bucks, I don't know. I watched them and
Giannis left the game. He apparently got a leg injury.
Oh, okay. That explains
so it equals things out. And I guess Justin Holiday and Chris Middleton. The thing with the Bucks is they're feast or famine. Because they're either 20 for 20 from 3 and they beat the shit out of you, or they're 1 for 20 from 3 and they're the worst team in the NBA. It just depends on how you catch them that one night. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, the worst for me is I've really developed this unfair, and I don't know where it came from, but this Chris Middleton being like a cheap version of Paul Pierce, like the Wish version, like it really, really, really bothers me. Every time I see him on TV, I hate Paul Pierce, and I hate a really bad copy of Paul Pierce. Like, it's just like, no, like something about him unfair. It's totally unjust. He might be a nice guy.
Chris Paul has never done anything directly to the Heat.
No, Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce.
Sorry.
Yeah, he looks like Paul Pierce got like you try drawing Paul Pierce from memory and then you get Chris Middleton. Like that's what it looks like.
You have something against guys with wonky eyes, bro? Unbelievable with you.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's totally unfair and unjust. It's a real thing though. I see him on TV and I'm just like, I hate you. I don't know. Unfair. But watching Atlanta that last game. And I noticed this also with the Suns, and I noticed this with the Clippers in an earlier round. Mm-hmm. What I'm seeing in these playoffs is when it gets time, I haven't seen a good. Maybe I'm wrong here, and I'm sure Achilles will correct me here. But I feel like I haven't seen the playoff back and forth basketball late in the game. I feel like we're used to seeing. I feel like I've been seeing too many of these games where it's like, oh, there's like 5 minutes left, and all of a sudden the team goes on a couple of runs, and then one team is just chasing and throwing up 3 after 3 after 3, and it's brick, like the end of the Hawks game, and like how it was at the end of the Suns game when they lost to the Clippers, where Paul George, just kept shooting, and then all the Suns would do is just run up court, shoot a 3, miss, repeat over and over and over. I feel like there's been a lot of that going on. That's just. I
think the Hawks have had a couple. They had a couple with Philly, where it came down late and they were trading and they ended up winning.
Dude, Saturday's Suns-Clippers game was very contested down the stretch.
Come on, dude, the Bucks-Nets at the end of that series, every game came down to the wire.
Oh, yeah.
Before freaking poor Trae Young went out stepping on the stupid-ass referee, that game was back and forth. That game was so good. Both teams were just hitting shots, trading. And then
And I agree that game was good. But what I'm saying is, like, at the end of the game, I feel like and again, it's just me kind of just feeling it out. It feels like there's been a lot of these games where, like, in the last minute, it went from being a close game to all of a sudden, like, one team's down 10 or 12 because they just were chucking up shots instead of playing smart basketball at the end. You know what I mean? I feel like some teams have gotten away from that.
The thing is, no one plays smart basketball anymore.
That's probably true.
That's more it than anything. It's just 99% of the teams in the league right now just go out there and are just chucking, bro.
Chucking up threes.
Analytics. Just throw it up.
Throw it up, bro. You know, just sling it. All right, so it's 83-62, about to end the third quarter. Hawks up there, so it looks like we might have something there. The Hawks might be able to tie this series. Now, over in the West Coast, we got the Clippers. They're heading back to the Staples Center.
Oh, the Suns couldn't close it out, bro.
Couldn't close it out.
CP3, Edwin's going to be right. He's going to be right. He's going to choke away a 3-1 lead.
Again. Another 3-1 lead seems to be slipping from CP3, Dick Puncher. I hope, because I'm still pulling for the Suns here, and as the biggest Heat fan on the show, I think it's in our best interest that the Clippers lose, so that our chances to get a Kawhi will increase. Now, no Kawhi for Game 5, right? Kawhi is done.
He's done. Like, they keep like, he's ruled out. No shit, the guy's knee exploded. He's not going to be playing basketball this year, bro. Like,
how about what is it? Bream, who's the commentator the other night when and
Kawhi's going crazy.
That guy has no emotions, bro. Zero emotions. That guy has. It's so weird.
Dude, it was so good though. That had me rolling. I was like, yeah, nice and good there. What's it called? But so, any chance, like, okay, can we get a ruling on playoff phony, on perma phony, playoff phony, Paul George here? All right, he had a ball-ass game this last game. He had a great game. He missed a couple of free throws earlier in the series that cost him the game, but you could make the argument that he was the reason they were even in that game, but he blew it at the end and they could have put him away. They could be up 3-1 right now had they, been able to finish that off. Is our feeling, or is your feeling on playoff phony Paul George, is it changing any? Is he doing anything here in lieu of not having a Kawhi there and really shouldering the load? Is he impressed you at all? Or?
It'll only change. It'll only change if he wins the series, and it won't even change all the way.
Okay. So even if he comes back from a 3-1, essentially it'll be him coming back because no Kawhi. But then
but Reggie Jackson all of a sudden is like an MVP player. Like, a lot of the other guys are also stepping up. Yeah. And also, what does it say about him that he needs the volume to do this stuff? That he can't just be a good player in a basketball team. Because those Pacer teams were good. I'm not saying they're going to win championships or anything. Yeah. But they were good teams. And he was the guy, but there were other guys he had to play with. Where right now, it's just throw it at Paul George and let him do his thing. Because, again, sure, Reggie Jackson's playing great. But at the end of the day, like, really, is he taking shots away from Paul George? No. Yeah. So to me, more than anything, it's nice for him to, like, people to maybe not shit on him as much. But at the end of the day, for me, it shows that he can't be a part of, like, a team. It has to be him. And are you going to go into a playoff series or a championship series with only Paul George and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, we're good, bro. Like, exactly.
No, not a chance. Not a chance. But I was impressed. 41 points.
Oh, no,
career playoff high. Yeah. And very efficient. He went 15 of 20 from the field.
Dude.
15 of 20
40 points on 15 shots is outrageous.
And 3 of 6 from 3-point, and he hit all 8 of his free throws. Didn't clunk it there at the end. 13 rebounds and 6 assists. Hell of an all-around game. That was easily the best game of his life, right? Like, he's
saves the Fran. You know what I mean? Like, no, there was a lot there.
So I think. I thought I was impressed there. I still think he's a phony, though. I think he's gonna get a free pass. If they lose, he's gonna be covered with Kawhi wasn't there. He had to shoulder the whole load, and everybody on the Suns was healthy, even though they didn't have CP3 and his dick punching for the first couple of games there. So I
I'm just saying, with good players around him, he shoots like 20% all time in the playoffs. When he's a part of a team that could actually win things.
Yeah. So, looking into our crystal ball here before we wrap up, if the Clippers win game 6 here tomorrow night, I believe, at Staples Center. Excuse me. At Staples Center, what kind of pressure? What's going on here? Is there? Do you waver from Suns advancing at all, or do you give it? Because it's going to go back to a Game 7. We'll be back in Phoenix, but they couldn't win their Game 5 in Phoenix. If they go to LA and they lose over there as well, I mean, can we start shifting the phony blame to Chris Paul and never, and another 3-1 defeat? Like, what's going on here? Where do you side on that?
If the Suns lose, definitely Chris Paul is going to take a lot of heat. You know what I mean? But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Devin Booker has another game in him, bro.
He needs to just roll up to the stadium and a dunk again.
Yes.
Stop giving free tickets to assholes who fight in the stands, and they're going to win. That's it.
Chris Paul's never had a teammate like a Devin Booker, so that's the thing. He's blown a 3-1 lead before, and you heard what he said in the post game the other night, right? When he mentioned the 3-1 lead, he's like, I don't want to talk about 3-1 because I've been there before.
He knows what's
but
up.
at the same time, he's never had somebody like Devin Booker, and I'm including James Harden because James Harden. We know about James Harden, so to me, Chris Paul's never had this kind of teammate that could finish this off.
Right.
That would take it off Chris Paul's back.
Yep. I like it. Let's see. I'm still pulling for Suns.
Suns Hawks collision course. Let's go.
I think Suns Hawks is what I want to see, just because I want 149 to 157 final scores in the finals. But
ABC executives are under the table crying.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, bro. But the Giannis factor, bro, he's really good.
Yeah, but if he's hurt,
if he's hurt, done.
I don't want to hear it.
So, all right. So we're all in agreement here. Gabe just tweeted out Adam Duvall brings Miami to within a run, smacking his 17th home run of the season. Gets the score to 4-3. Oh, okay. So heads up.
Dude, Duvall's batting like 220, but man, he hits clutch bombs all the time.
Well, at one point a couple of weeks ago, wasn't Duvall and Aguilar 1-2 in the RBIs
Something
in
like
baseball?
that, yeah.
But if you ask all those WAR guys, they'll tell you that they're trash, and they'll tell you somebody else was way better and more important. But all right, you know what? This is a good time to put a little bow on it. Is there a hockey game? No, there's no hockey game tonight, right?
No, Game 2's tomorrow.
Game 2's tomorrow. Canadians lost that game. They got smoked by Tampa. We got to rally around our boys, man. We got to rally around our boys in Montreal, man. Poutine for everybody when the Canadians win that game and win that series. Yeah, bro. I want some fucking poutine. Anyway, big thank you to Gabe. Big thank you to everybody who was on the stream, who watched, who participated. Feel free, if you're listening on the podcast later on, man, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit that like, smash, share, do all that stuff. Anybody who's watching on the YouTube, on the 5 Reasons Sports YouTube, thank you for hanging out with us. For those of you on Facebook and on Twitter, thank you so much for hanging out. Been a lot of fun, man. I really enjoyed getting all that Marlins, and I love all this Marlins swag that we see on the screen right here. It's really, really nice, bro. I gotta get me the new jersey that Dennis has. I still don't have it.
I want to get it in gray, but they never have it in the big boy sizes.
Stick around. I'm gonna show you something. But anyway, thanks to everybody for hanging out. We'll be back on Friday. And you guys will be back Friday. Maybe we'll have an F1 report. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Maybe we'll have some people here. And
this is an F1 show. Yeah, I gave you guys the room to talk about something else today because I'm a nice guy.
There you go. I like that. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll be back Friday. Guys, have a great week and stay safe later. Bye.